What is the term for a wing design that inclines upwards from the fuselage towards the wingtips?
Nice selection. Dihedral is the correct and valid answer.
Which document provides guidance on maintenance procedures issued by the aircraft manufacturer?
Well done. Service bulletins is the right choice.
Which style of aircraft tail configuration is favored for achieving optimal weight efficiency?
Excellent choice. Conventional tail is the right answer.
The main tool software at Airbus for digital design work for aircraft maintenance engineer is
On track. Geisha is the correct answer.
General term for the part of the aircraft where you would find the flaps, spoilers, and slats.
Sharp thinking. Wings is the right choice.
An axis extends through the aircraft from nose to tail, with the line passing through the siege.
Nicely done. Roll is a solid answer. What component of an aircraft serves to mitigate yawing tendencies, ensuring stable flight? Perfect. Vertical stabilizer is the correct choice.
Vertical takeoff or landing refers to either the capability or to the aircraft that has it.
You chose VTOL, and it is correct.
Which type of wing design typically offers excellent stability and balance characteristics?
Right choice. Mid-wing is the best answer.
What types of wing design generally considered more agile compared to high-wing aircraft?
Valid point. Low wing is true.
The simplest of propeller designs associated with many light piston engine aircraft are
Well reasoned. Fixed pitch propellers is the correct choice.
Which component contribute to empty weight fraction of an aircraft? Select all that apply.
Exactly. Structural weight makes sense, and it is right choice.
What does the letter represent in aircraft classification for the H-60 Black Hawk?
Good thinking. Helicopter is the right answer.
What does the letter for signify in aircraft designation for the VC-25?
Good job. Your answer staff transport works well here.
What is the significance of FAR airworthiness directives in aircraft maintenance?
Solid response. They mandate corrective actions for known safety issues is a valid choice.
Dash are instruments which have a mechanical gyroscope incorporated into their design.
Great thinking. Gyroscopic flight instruments is the right choice.
MESG-2 was developed and used for developing scheduled maintenance for aircraft in the
Correct. 1970s is the right answer.
What does the letter represent in the aircraft designation for the H-53 PAVE low?
You're right. Search and rescue. Medevac is the correct answer.
Which type of aircraft tail typically features a vertical fin accompanied by a rudder?
Well picked. Tailless is the correct answer.
Calculate aircraft turns in various axes of operation, also called pitch, yaw, and roll.
Smart pick. Gyroscope is the correct choice.
What are the devices on an aircraft that prevent static electricity buildup called?
Strong choice. Static wicks is the right answer.
The center of gravity of an aircraft is the point over which the aircraft will.
Bravo. A balance is the answer.
Name the check that should be done to ensure the aircraft is perfectly symmetrical.
Correct response. Rigging checks is the most accurate answer. Part on the leading edge of each wing, which moves to give the aircraft more lift. You got it. Your choice slats is right.
For landing condition, the airplane is assumed to contact the ground with dash. Great job. 10 sec. Descent velocity at design landing weight is the accurate answer.
What wing design feature allows for the use of short and robust landing gear?
Nice work. You chose inverted gull wing and it is correct.
What kind of problem will occur in case of overloading in the aircraft?
Right again. All answers are correct is a valid answer.
What aircraft does the Blue Angels Flight Demonstration Squadron fly?
Clear logic. Your choice FK-18 Hornet is sound and 100% true.
An axis passes through the aircraft vertically, intersecting the CG.
Smart move. Yaw is an accurate answer.
What is the purpose of inspection intervals in aircraft maintenance? Excellent. All of the above is a brilliant choice.
Which aircraft classification is exemplified by the A-10C Warthog?
Nice work. You chose ground attack and it is correct.
What is the device name that launches planes off aircraft carrier?
Sharp thinking. Catapult is the right choice.
What are the safety features for passengers on an aircraft called?
Right choice. Emergency exits is the best answer.
A mechanic can earn an ANP certificate. What does ANP stand for?
Exactly. Airframe and power plant makes sense and it is right choice.
Which aircraft classification is represented by the P-8 Poseidon?
Solid response. Maritime patrol is a valid choice.
How often should special inspections be conducted on an aircraft?
Right again. As specified by the manufacturer or regulatory authority is a valid answer.
What is the function of the horizontal stabilizer in an aircraft?
Correct response. Keeps the plane flying straight is the most accurate answer.
What is the entrance for passengers to board the aircraft called?
Correct. Boarding gate is the right answer.
Which metal is widely used in the construction of the aircraft?
On track. Aluminium is the correct answer.
Which engine is used for aircraft which moves at Mach 0.3?
Great job. Piston engine is the accurate answer.
What is the term for the placement of engines on an aircraft?
Smart move. Engine configuration is an accurate answer.
When should a public inspection of an aircraft be conducted?
You chose annually, and it is correct.
Which of the following is not a system found in an aircraft?
Nice selection. Teleportation system is the correct and valid answer.
Which part of an aircraft is used for emergency evacuation?
Nicely done. Emergency exit is a solid answer.
Which of the following is not AMT-specific aircraft rating?
You're right. Cockpit is the correct answer.
The stress that tends to shorten or squeeze aircraft parts.
Well picked. Compression is the correct answer.
The ICAO standards regarding airworthiness of aircraft is
Clear logic. Your choice, Annex 8, is sound and 100% true.
What is a potential advantage of retractable landing gear?
Great thinking. Reduced drag at cruise is the right choice. Aircraft mass properties have a significant impact on Dash.
Well done. All answers are correct is the right choice.
What design is added to make the spinning blades visible?
You got it? Your choice, Stripes, is right.
What is the purpose of the winglets on an aircraft wing?
Well reasoned. Reduced drag is the correct choice. What type of aircraft is in VP Maritime Patrol Squadron? Bravo. P-8 Poseidon is the answer.
Which part of an aircraft houses the pilot and controls?
Perfect. Cockpit is the correct choice.
Which part of an aircraft provides lift during flight?
Good thinking. Wings is the right answer.
What country was the first to have an aircraft carrier?
Good job. Your answer, Japan, works well here. What is the purpose of the empennage in an aircraft?
Excellent choice. Stabilizes the aircraft is the right answer.
What is the function of the ailerons on an aircraft? Smart pick. Control roll is the correct choice. What is the first nuclear-powered aircraft carrier?
Excellent. US Enterprise is a brilliant choice.
What aircraft system uses fluid to create power?
Valid point. Hydraulic is true.
Which type of aircraft is the F-35 Lightning I? Strong choice. Multi-role fighter is the right answer. Which type of aircraft is the RQ-4 Global Hawk?
Good thinking. Unmanned reconnaissance drone is the right answer.
Which type of aircraft is the Su-71 Blackbird?
Perfect. Strategic reconnaissance is the correct choice.
Where are the engines located on an aircraft? On track. Under the wings is the correct answer.
What is the main body of the aircraft called?
Right choice. Fuselage is the best answer.
What is longest aircraft carrier ever built?
Excellent. US Enterprise is a brilliant choice.
Part that gives thrust to move the aircraft.
Great job. Engine is the accurate answer.
Part that changes the pitch of an aircraft.
Smart move. Elevator is an accurate answer.
Which type of aircraft is the T-38 Talon? You got it? Your choice, trainer, is right.
The dash is the main body of an aircraft.
Strong choice. Fuselage is the right answer.
Maximum lift coefficient depend upon dash.
Smart pick. Airfoil is the correct choice.
What is the design of the cockpit called?
Well picked. Cockpit design is the correct answer.
Which type aircraft is the MQ-9 Reaper? Nicely done. Unmanned drone is a solid answer. What is the shape of wings of aircraft?
Sharp thinking. Aerofoil is the right choice.
Which system provides aircraft thrust?
Nice selection. Power plant is the correct and valid answer.
Most expensive aircraft right now?
Nice work. You chose B2 and it is correct. AB17 is a dash and the 17th dash.
Good job. Your answer, Bombers, who design of this plane works well here.
Aircraft nicknamed the Warthog.
Exactly. A10 makes sense and it is right choice.
Main body tube of the aircraft. Excellent choice. Fuselage is the right answer.
Identify aircraft zone, Faikonen.
You're right. Left wing is the correct answer.
Which aircraft has VTOL?
Clear logic. Your choice fantasy is sound and 100% true.
How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format.
Great thinking. Contact Narayan Changder is the right choice.